Okay, just wanted to show you this Floodstop that I got. This is for preventing accidental flooding. Uh, if your washing machine water taps have a problem, or if there's the hoses break, this is a safety device that's really important to have here in a high-rise because you're going to cause a lot of damage if there's any water damage caused as a result of flooding in your own unit. So this is the Floodstop. See if I can see the specific model number here. This is important because this particular model of the Floodstop is the one that we need here, which is to come out of the, you can see here, this is roughly what our valves look like. You know, the outlets come perpendicular to the wall. So we need this kind of shutoff valve. And this is the inside of the package, just a very simple Chinese-made looking unit, and these automatically controlled valves that will shut off if they hit this sensor here. Right? So, okay, I'll hook up this in another video. Okay, so here you can see the shutoff valves for the water to the washing machine and dryer, and here I'm just going to turn off both taps. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the cold water hose undone. You can see there's a little bit of water leaking out. So you want to make sure there's a bucket to hold it all, because there's going to be water in the hose. And you can see the valve here is shut off. So we're going to hook up the steel hose now. Okay, and now you can see we've disconnected both hoses, and we've hooked up both Floodstop valves. So the next part is to reattach the hoses and tighten the connections. And you'll notice we did not use any sort of Teflon tape here. The washers built into the valve, the shutoff valves by Floodstop, are there to prevent any leaking, so no Teflon tape required. Okay, so you can see here both hoses are now hooked up, new stainless steel ones. I'm going to use this pipe wrench to just tighten things up, about a quarter turn, not too much, you don't want to damage anything. Okay, I wanted to show you the other end of the hose that connects to the washing machine. This hose has the water temperature indicator on it. So the other hose is has a white screw-on nut, and this is an L connector, which makes it a little slimmer in terms of being able to seat back more flush against the wall. My replacement steel hoses are just steel reinforced hoses without this connector and without this L. So they're perfectly fine, and they are steel reinforced. It's probably the main thing you want in a hose, and this L stuff is nice. It doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, just try to remember what hookups are hooked up to what as you undo the hoses, or undo them one by one, so that you don't have to try and remember later which hose is which. Because it's sometimes hard to look back there and figure out what you need to connect things to. All right. Okay, so everything's hooked up now, at least hose and valve-wise. and I've turned on the manual valves back there. So that is, of course, once you've got everything tightened up, the first thing you should do is turn those on manually and check for any leaks. If there are leaks, obviously shut off the valve as quickly as possible and try to find out what, and then look at what's leaking and fix it. Next thing to do here will be to mount the flood stop up here. It comes with either mounting screws, or what I'm probably going to use is the Velcro pad that it comes with. And then you, of course, do have a power outlet here, and you need to give power to the flood stop as well. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you here is the big Floodstop connector cable. So these two connectors here go to the individual shutoff valves, and this one here is the main connector that goes to the Floodstop unit, and this unit here is what goes to the water sensor, which should go on the floor somewhere. Okay, here you can see I've installed the Velcro on the back here, and crucially I've done it like this so that I can still remove the backup battery cover here, which takes 4 AA batteries. That's right on this side here, so make sure you have some long-lasting batteries, preferably lithium, but whatever you're comfortable doing. And then here, this horizontal pad I'm going to mount on the wall, and that will hold the flood stop up in place. Okay, and here's what everything looks like with the flood stop hooked up. So I've mounted it here just above where the washer and dryer unit will sit, so that I can see it and access it while everything's over to the side here. And then here is the last piece. You can see the valves are connected now to the flood stop, the shutoff valves. And the power here is connected in there over to the side. And this is the last piece here, which is the part that connects to the water sensor. You can see here there's a paper sleeve on the water sensor, and that's because you actually need the sleeve to be on here. Well, you don't need it to be on there, but if it's going to be touching metal or sitting next to the washing machine or on top of it, there's a circuit board here and it's exposed. And when water contacts the circuit board and shorts it out, that's what causes the flood stop to activate. So if this board were somehow touching metal without the paper sleeve on it, it would activate the flood stop, and that's not the right thing to do. So you actually, by having the paper sleeve on there, obviously water will still make its way through it and activate the circuit board, but metal contacts or anything metal touching it won't. So in general, it seems like a good idea to just have the paper sleeve on there. Anyway, just going to plug that in. And it has 2 plugs so that you can daisy chain sensors, but it doesn't matter which plug you plug it into. So I've just plugged it into the bottom one here. And this will sit kind of just, they recommend to plug it in behind the washing machine near the hoses, so I'm going to swing it back there. Yeah, and that's really about it. So I hope this was helpful. Okay, so one thing that wasn't clear that I wasn't clear in the operating instructions either was that when I installed this, the lights here were flashing rapidly between open and close. And I can only assume that was because it didn't actually know what physical state these shutoff valves were in. So in order to ensure that it does know, you hold down this open button for about a second and it'll open the valves. And I'm going to try closing them. You can hear the valve operating, so that's probably a good thing. And now they're closed. And now I'm going to open them again. And you can hear both valves operating. So that's a good thing. Okay, signing out.